So we are right now in the Everglades National Park. We are in the area that is called the 10,000 Islands. And as you can see, we are surrounded by mangrove islands, and yes, that is a very stormy sky above us, which is why we are here in the midst of these islands, is because we are looking for a quiet, secluded spot that is protected to spend the night. Okay, now it's something I want to show everybody because I'm just that kind of gal. So do you guys see this red marker over here? It's called a channel marker. And as you are entering the channel from the ocean, you keep the red markers, the red triangles on your right, and farther down there you will see, woo, gotta learn how to use this gimbal. There's the green marker down there. The green squares you keep on your left, or port if you really want to get technical. So the red triangles stay to starboard, right, and the green squares stay to port or left. And that's how you know where the channel is. Those are the channel markers, and they tell you that that is where the deep water is, where they've dredged it. You can see it's 8.9, it's 9 feet deep here. So, and if you come over here to the instrument in front of Troy, you can see
the purple is the water, everything else
is mangrove islands and growths.
You can see how it would be easy to get lost.
See, I mean, you could get so twisted up down here that you'd never find your way out, but we have channel markers, and because of that, we're doing just fine. And yeah, we're using the engine because
there's an interesting story about the channel markers.
Oh, so hang on, I'm gonna move so that we can see Troy, and Troy's gonna tell us the story, although I like to tell it. It's one of my favorite stories. Hang
You're
on.
probably better at it than I am.
Okay, go ahead. Tell the story. Hang on.
So, the rest of the world has the opposite colors from what we have.
It would be green on the right.
On the right as you come in, and red on the left as you come in, right?
And they have...
And this had been the standard for a long time. And so...
Also, the shapes are switched. So it would be squares on your right and triangles on your left. In the rest of the world, that's the way...
It's odd green nuns wear hats, right? Yeah. So it's green triangles on the right as you come in,
and red squares on the left.
And the reason for that is actually has to do with the Civil War.
Not the Civil War.
Not the Civil War. I'm sorry, the Revolutionary War. Go back even further. So
yep, Phil, we did this because of you guys.
This was to trip up the British that had many more ships than the colonists did, and bigger ships that had to use the channels. And so the colonists one night went out and changed the colors on all of them.
They changed all of the channel markers.
Changed all the channel markers so that you had red on the right and green on the left. And they crashed several British ships.
Sank them, ran them aground.
Ran them aground on this because they were very used to following the channel markers as they came in, and they actually ran them aground. And after the Revolutionary War, they just never changed them back. And so half of the world uses it, like the U.S.
Not half, about a third. The U.S. and its colonies and territories
and the Caribbean and
use red on the right, green on the left. The rest of the known world, which is the rest of the world,
it's about 2/3 of the world uses it like it used to be done.
The other way.
So you have to know which color or where you are in order to safely navigate in the channel. where you are in the world.
Otherwise, you're gonna run aground and sink your boat.
Little white bird over here, mangroves. It's got a long, skinny beak. I forget what they're called.
Is it an egret?
An ibis?
An ibis? Oh, there it is. There's the ibis. Oh, it just
It's
disappeared.
nesting over there.
Oh, moved
There's
too
several.
fast.
Ooh, with babies.
Okay, it won't zoom in. There we go. I see them.
I don't know if you can see them now. I can see them moving around, but they're hard to pick out.
Back in there. Isn't that wild? So far, one of the reasons we're going so slow is that this is manatee country, and you are required to go slow and be
Manatee cannot get out of here.
and be on the lookout for the manatees, because manatees are, well, they're very, very slow and
Massive.
very, very huge, and yeah, they can't whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that, everybody. They can't get out of the way of the engines, and so boaters are required to go slow to keep out of the way of the manatees. So it's just kind of an interesting thing. We thought you guys would like to see this because it's beautiful and it's unique. You're not going to see mangrove islands and forests like this.
You just wrap all the way around the center.
Yeah.
Massive.
So, and it is, the mangrove islands in and of themselves are unique ecosystems, each and every one. And it's just, there is nothing like this in the rest of the world. This is what they call the Everglades swamp, but it's not what we picture as swampland, and it's beautiful, and the wildlife is incredibly diverse. And no, we have not encountered any alligators, so please nobody freak out at us, all right? Haven't been any alligators, nothing that wants to eat us. We keep seeing